Okay, hello and welcome to Opium of the Masses with myself, Jack Hester. And today we have another Jack. We have the wonderful Jack Skipper. How are we doing, Jack?
I'm good, mate. I'm all right.
You're all right?
Thanks for having me. I'm a little bit late, sorry.
Oh, no, you're perfectly on time. Well, we get straight into it, Jack. So on this podcast, I don't know if do you know what this podcast is about?
No. I should have researched that, really. Yeah.
So, opium of the masses, Karl Marx, was a phrase Karl Marx had for religion. So, on this podcast, I've been asking comedians about their religious beliefs. And, do they believe in God? What do they think happens when they die and all of that?
That's a safe topic, isn't it? I don't think religion's ever caused any conflict,
no,
does it? That's an easy-going podcast.
We're going for kind of neutral stuff here, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, start off like, when you were growing up, what's your kind of first memory of any kind of religious guidance? Like, did your parents bring you to mass or church or anything like that?
I have not a very religious background whatsoever, if I'm honest, mate. Not at all. Never in my life. But I was christened, but I think where I'm from, like parents get their children christened because have a party.
To have the party,
yeah,
right,
I think that's mainly what it's about.
Yeah.
So I think I'm Church of England.
Your church?
I believe so. I'm not sure. But it was never. I think. I say my first experience would pretty just hymns in school. I don't think it was a religious school though. It was just what you did. I think.
But did you have a religious class?
No, I don't think. I think it's just
because you have a joke about that.
Oh yeah. Well, the point is, I failed the topic of RE. I didn't really. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I'm not like against religion or anything. But I'm not. Yeah. I don't have any specific. It was. I was talking to. I'm not sure who was I chatting to. I was chatting to a comedian, Cole Donnelly.
Yeah.
He's like Irish Catholic background.
Yeah. And
him and his friends. He went to school in Tooting. Apparently, there was a big Irish Catholic community there.
In Tooting, yeah.
And I talked to him about because I was interested about how, because it's never been in my life,
right?
How ingrained in people's lives it actually is.
Oh yeah.
For me, it's like quite a surprising thing to hear about.
It's probably like it's in your life a little bit more than you realize because like obviously Christmas, Easter, the whole sort of like it's kind of there in the background.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, very much in the background. Though.
Very much in the background.
Yeah. Like I said, like some sort of like references of like Bible passages or anything. They just go. Do you know what I mean? Like, they go right over my head. You know.
So you never went to church, never went to mass.
No, I think we went once, just on Christmas Eve, just because it was something nice to do.
Lit a candle.
Yeah. Just did it, and like, I did that recently. I went to Strasbourg and lit a candle. Didn't know what I was doing. Someone said you're supposed to do it for a reason. I just thought I was helping out. I didn't know. Yeah.
And you lit a candle. And what about your grandparents? Your grandparents any religion?
No, I can't help but think now because the answer's no. But this has been a terrible booking error.
Yeah, no.
This guy has no religion. He's come to a religious podcast.
No. Your answers will still be interesting.
No, I'm trying to think about it. It was like I don't think like the topic never came up of like amongst my family or anything like that. It's never really.
Have you ever heard about this guy called Jesus? Dan,
I've heard of this fella. Yeah, he's a
and you know the story. So where would you would have learnt the story in school?
Well, look, but do you know what? I've looked into it as an adult.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I've learned more. No, but it wasn't really a part of my own curiosity and learning about. I'm interested in religion.
You are interested.
I'm interested in faith.
Yeah. And would you say, do you believe in God?
Not in the sense of. There's a being, a person. You know what I mean, like that. But I think I know. My idea of God is that sort of. This is my theory. This would be my take on it, right?
Okay, yeah.
Like any sort of scripture or whatever it is, right? I think it's all metaphor, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like to write something out, you like people because people have to. We do it in comedy, don't we? You have to have like an analogy. You have to. So this thing of God, I don't know if it's like been, I don't know, like sort of. Over time, it's the way it's been translated or whatever. But I think to make people understand it, they have to say, oh, there's this person, you have to be good. So, do you know what I mean? So,
okay, yeah.
But I think as well, because I do believe like all the teachings and all that, like it's generally be good.
Yeah.
Good stuff happens. Do you know what I mean?
They've used the metaphor of a being, but actually the message of if you're good, good things will happen to you, and if you're bad, bad things will happen to you. I
believe that because I think the God is an energy between people. Do you know what I mean? Right. Like, I do believe that. I do believe there's a, and I also like the idea of faith. I like the idea of it. Do you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't say I'm not an atheist. I wouldn't say that. Right. What's the one in the middle?
Agnostic.
I think I'm one of them. That's what I am. Because I do believe that, because I feel like it's good to have a bit of faith, isn't it? It's like,
yeah.
I feel like, if someone said, if there's a God, prove it. Well, if you prove it, that's not faith, is it? That's knowing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So it's good to put your faith in something, to believe in something. And then it's like, I believe, like, that's what the fun, not knowing is where the faith is. Like, if you, like, that's why Banksy's so popular, isn't it? Because you don't know. Just let him be Banksy. Do you know what I mean? If you found out he was a insurance broker called Brian Cheeseman, it would ruin it, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't want to know. You'd like to have faith in something. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, I think you're onto something there, because I think, I remember reading one time that religion, the mass used to be in Latin.
Right,
and when it was in Latin, nobody understood what was being said. And then when they changed it to English, people were less interested in it. But people kind of liked the mystery.
Yeah,
they like
And I think that's what it is. And I just feel, because I say it's, I feel it's good to have faith, and I feel that when you look at these things, all the, I think it's the people. It's like, it's my take on it as well. As you can believe what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean? Like, because I think I'm not against. It's just, I think it's like it's had to become something literal. There's this part. I do believe there was Jesus. I do believe there was Jesus.
Yeah.
I imagine he was a very. My theory is that probably that he was a very spiritually awakened man.
Right.
Do you know how you get these? The people now, you look at anyone now, like philosophers or mystics, and he was like on a high level. Do you know what I mean?
Dynamo or someone.
Yeah. And on top of that, he was like charismatic. He was like Robbie Williams.
Yeah, Robin Williams. Robin Williams with Dynamo, right?
That's Jesus. Yeah, that's what I believe. And we're like, this guy is fucking good.
And what do you think he rose from the dead?
See, no, I don't. That's the bit I don't. You know what I mean? I think that might have been like, like you hear like cool stories about people like in like bands, like Ozzy Osbourne, that whole bat thing. I think that was.
But what was it? What was the bat? He meant to eat the head of the bat.
Yeah, but apparently, if you look into it, it weren't actually.
All right,
yeah,
so
he didn't actually eat it. He might have done put it. But over time, they're like, yeah, Jesus, we did walk on water. He's like, might have been a good swimmer. I was saying, do you know what I mean? Or something that it sort of gets. You know what I mean?
It's the mythologizing. Mythologizing. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you would say that you do believe that there is something, but not a Pacific being.
Like when a coincidence happens or something quite sort of happens. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd like to believe that's something happening, because if someone said to me, "Do you want to know the science of it?" I'd be like, "Oh,
yeah,
not really."
So you like the kind of magic of it.
Yeah.
When you were younger, did you believe there was a God? Like, did you believe? Like some people when you're younger, they believe that everything they do is being watched. Did you ever have that?
I think I used to, when I was quite an anxious kid. And I think I used to pray, but I didn't know. I didn't know what to.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Just like, it was that sort of like
what would you pray for?
Just I think it was like, because I'm quite an anxious person. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd always be like, I didn't want anything. Like, I'd always pray like my family are all okay, and like, I mean, or like that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Just please keep everyone okay. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know who I was. It wasn't like, I think because I'm a bit OCD as well. So it became like a pattern of doing it. Do you know what I mean? Just if I do this every time, everything will be all right.
It'll be all right. Yeah,
maybe that's what praying is.
Well, that's kind of exactly what it is.
Yeah.
What do you think happens when you die?
See, again, I'd like to believe in something. Do you know when like freaky things happen? You know what I mean? Or like, like when someone goes like, if something happens and then like, you see a robin. It's a classic one. I think that's Grandad Days.
Oh
all that sort of stuff. Like, I like the idea. I don't really think that's the case. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm not completely saying. I'd lean more towards when you're dead.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But I'd like to believe. I'm very open, Jack. Do you know what I mean? I'm very open to it. I'm not going, nah, way, mate. Like, I'm not saying that. I mean, I wouldn't want to.
You're very agnostic.
I'm fucking agnostic as fuck.
Well, what would you like to happen?
What, when you die?
Yeah. Well, what would you think if this happens? This would be a great thing to.
I think probably the best option would be just nothing.
Nothing. Just
you're just dead. Do you know what I mean?
Dead,
I mean, because when you just what are you doing? Just floating about forever? You're just popping back in every now and then. Like, what's the point in dying if it's not the end? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing can last forever, innit? Maybe like makes life more special as well if you know you're on a limited.
It's good limited time. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. Did you ever hear this one? People would say like, would you rather die now or live forever?
I'll live for it there. Oh, wow,
That's a tough one.
this is philosophy now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you say live forever though, wouldn't you? But then because you don't know how. It's a bit all of a sudden, isn't it? Die now.
Yeah.
If you think fuck off. I'm just getting into the traitors, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? Well, I'll probably regret it in a few, like 300 years down the line. I'm like, oh, fuck, you know what I mean? But
well, it's because the other option, I think, is it just makes it a lot harder, because the other option could just live a normal lifespan or live forever. Everyone's just going to pick a normal lifespan.
Yeah.
Because living forever is
that'd be. It's in Highlander.
Is it in Highlander? Yeah, they call it the vampire.
Yeah. He's had enough. By the end,
thing.
he's like, please, I've had enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But are you? I don't know. Are you religious?
No, not really. No. My parents were, and I went to religious school. Like I went to school run by priests, but like that, I just never. I just suppose I never felt it.
But was it imposed on you though?
Yeah. Not in a very like, we went to mass every Sunday, but we didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
And then in the school, the priest taught us, and they would tell you the stories, but they'd never ask you, do you believe, or they'd never try to persuade. I think there was always just kind of an assumption that you'd just go along with it.
Yeah. And when did you start using your own sort of?
I don't know. I reckon when you. I think I always kind of. I think I was always expecting at some point they were always going to say, "Oh, we make this up to comfort ourselves."
Yeah.
Do you know? And it never came.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like.
Yeah.
But I always kind of thought it was a bizarre one, because I always sort of thought it was probably a good thing that it brought people and the messages were kind of good and it brought people together. But I just never really the spiritual part of it. I just never really saw it.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. I mean, but people with faith, they do seem to be like
happier, aren't they?
Happier, yeah. They got a thing. I think as long as you put your faith. The thing is as well, like I know people who are in like 12-step programs, recovery, right? And that's all about faith. It's all about putting it in something else. But I don't think it doesn't have to be nowadays. It doesn't have to be really. But pick what you want to do, innit? Do you know what I mean? But does it have to be? Could you be Christian, right? And then you have to believe it. You have to believe the whole story.
But that's the thing. I don't think anyone. I think, and even from doing this show, I've realised people just believe different parts of it. I don't think anyone kind of believes.
If he was a doctor, so he was a man of science.
Yeah.
And then he was a Christian. And then, is it true that Christians believe that the world is 2,000 years old? Or what was it? They like the.
Well, it depends. That depends.
The whole Adam and Eve thing.
Yeah.
Do they still have to go along with that, even if they're a person of science?
Well, I think that was probably the bit that created a big, turned a lot of people away from it, didn't it? Because that was so obviously wrong.
Yeah.
That then they turned away from a lot of it. But no one ever came out and said, like, you've kind of gone, oh, it's just metaphors. Yeah. But they've never come out and said it is just metaphors. They're like, oh, this is what happens.
Yeah. If we just said it's metaphors, you still can live by it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's no problem, is there? Do you know what I mean? You ain't got to, no, he was real. Do you know what I mean? Just chill out, man. We'll still do the stuff he said.
Yeah. Well, I guess the power comes from, I don't know, the power comes from the lie, maybe. I don't know. But what, like, I think a lot of times people turn to religion and maybe believe in it when they're having difficulty in life. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, if you were having a difficult time in your life, where would you turn?
The pub.
You
go to pub.
The pub.
Just turn straight in there, mate. I don't know. I've researched everything. I like a bit of philosophy though. I like learning from people. There's certain bit. I like certain bits. Some of it you take to, some of it you don't. Don't you? Do you know what I mean? I quite like Carl Jung. You know Carl Jung?
Carl Jung. I saw a movie the other day that was all about Carl Jung. He's the guy. No, I've got the wrong. But what's Carl Jung?
Carl Jung's the Swiss guy, and he was sort of like an understudy of Freud, but he sort of went his own way with it. So where he was like a psychiatrist, but he let a bit of woo woo in, a bit of spirituality. Do you know what I mean? Like do you know what I mean? So it's quite, as I say, he's like me. They try to find that little balance of like, you know. I think.
Have you ever been to Freud's house in North London?
No.
Did you know his house in North London?
No. What's it like?
It's cool, man. There's
a post of his mum.
He only lived in London for like a year or two, but there's a museum in where he used to live. And the bit that was funny, like you used to hear all that people used to say, "Oh, Carl or Sigmund Freud, he just did a lot of coke or whatever." And people, oh, he's just like people trying to make out he's just this like coke fiend who's talking nonsense, right?
Yeah.
But then you go to the house and you see like it's just a room full of books.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a coke
Yeah, a
house.
little mirror on the
I mean?
table, like empty cans. Oh, they had a point.
But it
FIFA.
but it doesn't look like that, you know. It just looks like his house kind of just looks like a bit of a library.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, right? Let's just imagine God does exist, right?
Right. Okay.
And there is a heaven, and you.
And he's a being.
He's a being, right?
Right,
He's a
right.
being, right? And there is a heaven, and you die, and you're at the gates of heaven, and God says to you, He says, "Here, listen now, Jack. I'm going to let you in, but you need to tell me 3 good things you did while you were alive that warrant you coming into heaven."
Ooh. 3 good things I did. It's bad that I can't think of one, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Because the thing is, I don't know. But some of them I just take as like, I think I'm nice to people.
Okay, right.
I think I'm all right to people. I'm not, I try and, But my head says that. I go, yeah, I'm sorry to slag some people off though. They're like moaning about some people. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I don't know. Good to my kids.
You're good to you look
You know what
after
I mean?
your
I
kids.
look after my children.
Kids, yeah.
What are some of the commandments? I mean,
Thou shalt not kill.
I haven't killed anyone.
You haven't killed anyone.
So straight in,
Straight.
straight in there. I ain't killed anyone, mate.
Yeah.
Any
charity?
I've stolen stuff.
Have you stolen stuff?
Charity work. I run the marathon this year.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who did you run it for?
Teenage Cancer Trust.
It's pretty good.
So there you go. So
That's pretty
come
good.
on, God.
Yeah.
Come on, Big G, let me in, bruv.
How'd you do in the marathon? What was your kind of time?
It was about 5 hours, I think.
5 hours?
Yeah. It was. It was hard. It was hard, mate. It was
Had
hard.
you run one before?
No.
And did you, at any point, did you think you weren't going to finish it?
Yeah. Because basically what it was, I got to like my kids were waiting at like the halfway point.
Yeah.
So I was looking for them at like 13 miles. Like, where are they? And I saw them. I was like, what a good feeling. But then like my brain checked out because that was my.
Oh, that was yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That was my checkpoint.
Yeah.
So now after that, I was like, oh, that's it now. I'm only halfway through. But I mean, see, this is where like spirituality comes into it though. Like that feeling of like, I remember I was like really struggling, and I was sort of thinking, how am I going to get through this last bit? And so I saw someone from my management, someone I know, right? He was there, and I just heard him go, "Fucking go on, Jack!" And and it just that thing came over me. Do you know what I mean? That sort of
yeah.
That's what I mean. Human connection. That's a God thing, man. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? That's where it's like, yeah. Do you know what I mean? I felt it. It got me through that last bit, you know?
Yeah, because the end of it is all psychological.
It is. Yeah.
All because I ran a few marathons and like the end of it, it's the voice in your head that gets you there.
Yeah.
It's not your body. It's the voice in the head.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? First time I did a marathon, right?
Yeah.
I was near the end, and I was like, I'm struggling, like.
Yeah.
And what I started doing was I would pick someone in front of me, and I'd just follow them. So I don't have to think.
Yeah, I remember doing it.
So I don't have to think, right? And I remember I saw this guy, Australian guy, and he's got all the latex gear on. He's got the wraparound sunglasses. You know, he looked like a guy in the Olympics or whatever. So I picked him, and I was like, I'm just going to follow him.
Yeah.
And I had maybe 4 or 5 miles left, right? And I come around a corner, and he's fucking laid on the ground, oxygen mask on, with these medical people, and it nearly broke me. I was like, I didn't know what to do.
I thought you were saying it turns out he was going the wrong way.
No, that'd be worse. But that is a fear nearly, because when in the end you get so tired, you could end up going the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, but I say that's that sort of no. Actually, that have you done the London Marathon?
No.
It is that before you feel absolutely fucked and destroyed. There is this like human spirit in the air, this thing, and it's like, I love that. So that's
and the people are cheering.
Oh
and,
man, it's like you feel it. It's like an energy. And that's what I'm saying about the God. That's what it is. Is that thing? It's that thing you can't see. It's that energy that.
So the energy that's created between when humans interact with each other.
Yeah, and they're being good, and there's faith. There's faith.
And,
do you know what I mean?
If you're good, you get it, because if you're good, you respond. You positively connect with people. But if you're bad, you don't connect with people.
Yeah. Things that happen, you know.
Funny, you should write your own religion.
I'll do it myself, man. It's a good religion. You ain't got to do much. You ain't got to do too much. Yeah, I think it's good. I'll do that.
That's good, right? So you're nice to people. You look after your kids. You raise money for the teenage cancer trust.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty good guy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And you haven't murdered anyone.
I haven't murdered anyone. I haven't covered thy neighbour's oxen. That's one, isn't it? That's one.
Wife, I think it is.
Is that what it is?
Oxen.
Oxen, isn't it?
I think it's wife.
I've heard that one. Covenant. I
Covenant.
don't know. I've been reading one thing. That's a weird one.
Now, would you like to be reincarnated? Would you be into that at all?
Nah.
You wouldn't like to?
What's the point? Well, I don't get it. But I would just come. I'd be me, but I'd be like a giraffe or something.
Well, here's one for you, right? What if God said to you, you can be reincarnated, right?
Yeah.
And you can live a second life.
Yeah.
So you get a second life, but you have to change, and you can change more than one aspect, but you have to change at least one aspect of your race, gender, or sexuality. What would you change, and what would you come back as?
Race, gender, or sexuality. I'll be honest. I quite like being a bloke.
Right.
Quite like it.
Yeah.
I was in the barbers yesterday. It was like when I was like, it was a bloke next to me. I was having a chat with him, chatting to the bar bloke. I thought I quite like being a bloke. It was just football chat. You know what I mean? It was sort of like I do like that. I don't think I'll change that. I like that. I was thinking this about being a bloke. It's like you're like. It's like, do you ever, if you ever had a missus and she's sort of like, I want to spend time with the lads, and she's like, oh, why don't you want to be with me? Like, it's not because my mates are better. It's because they're worse. It's because they're just, you can just talk about shit. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, so, you know what I'm saying?
There's no,
women
there's no expectations.
Yeah.
There's no
Women are so
expectations.
it's beautiful how emotional they are and how, do you know what I mean? And like, you can be that sort of like, and that's lovely. But you take yourself away with it just to be with some of your mates who are just fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I like. So I don't think I'd change my gender.
So you're not going to change.
Cancel that one. What's the next one?
With sexuality?
Well, so what would happen? I'd all of a sudden just like blokes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe try that one then.
Yeah. You mightn't be any different other than that.
Because gay people seem to love it.
Love what? Being gay?
Being gay.
Yeah.
I've never had a bad thing.
You know,
they seem to love it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of crack. Like.
Yeah, they seem to like it. So I'll do that one. What's the other one?
Or your race?
Oh, race.
Come back as a different race.
No. I think I'll come back gay.
You come back as a gay man.
I think I'll do that. Try that one. Yeah.
Well, how do you think your life would be different?
Just go try different bars.
You go to different.
My house would be a bit tidier, maybe a bit nicer decorated. You know what I
mean?
Yeah.
And then you were saying the giraffe thing. You wouldn't want to come back as an animal because it'd just be you as a giraffe.
Yeah, I just actually because I'm just me then, but I can't do. But I'm a giraffe.
Yeah,
it'd be annoying, wouldn't it? I couldn't do all the things that I like. Try and just try and get in the spoons. Like, no, mate, you're a giraffe. Yeah, I know.
You'd be funny, giraffe. Do you know what'd be funny? I'll tell you, it'd be funny, right? You're saying that you don't want to come back to giraffe. I tell you, it'd be funny is if you ever got like a gig as in like a Pixar movie or something, they got you to do the voice of a giraffe.
Oh, that'd be right, wouldn't it? I could do that. I'd either be that, or I reckon I could be like a voice of a sort of stray dog. Do you know what I mean? I can suit me
in a movie.
Yeah, I reckon I could do that if I was any animal.
Go on, do your.
It'd just be like this, wouldn't it? Just a bit of a, that sort of like.
Right, so okay,
straight up. So like, it's a little bit of a rough around the edges dog.
Okay, right. Let's do the opening. So the opening scene where we're introduced to the stray dog, right?
Yeah.
So who else? Right. So we imagine like there's a little boy like in Toy Story or whatever, and he's walking home, and you're the stray dog, and you're going to come up and you're going to say hello to the stray dog. What are you going to say?
Oh, mate. There's a character, that dog.
Yeah. All right.
Something like a sort of Artful Dodger character, but in a dog. That's what, any producers out there.
There we go. The talking.
I've got a storyline.
Stray dog.
The dog that goes around going, oh, mate.
Now let me see what else have we got here. So you kind of touched on this earlier on. Like, so in general, do you think that religion is good or bad for society? You kind of leaning towards.
That's tricky because good. I'm going to say good. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
But I don't want to get out my depth here.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because I mean, you're pretty. I'm not really involved in anything topical. I don't watch the news. I don't really.
Oh, do you not?
I'm not very aware.
Oh, you don't watch news at all?
No, I'm not very aware because it just makes me upset. To be honest, mate.
Yeah.
I'm an anxious person. It just worries me, so I don't bother. Do you know what I mean? I try and keep my own house clean. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
My side of the fence, and then that's how I look at it.
But if if a series of events were escalating to say war, the war would break out and you wouldn't have a clue that it was coming.
I remember when I first started comedy, I stopped drinking, right?
Yeah.
And I
so you don't drink now?
I drink now. Yeah. This is where I'm going with this, right? Because I stopped drinking, and then I was my work ethic was up. That's why I started sort of like blowing up online.
Right.
I was writing loads. I was getting into comedy. Things were escalating quickly. Right? And then I remember I think it was when Russia invaded Ukraine or whatever.
Right.
There wasn't much going on. Was it pandemic then? Was that sort of pandemic-y sort of time?
Kind of, maybe, yeah.
Maybe there was a few lockdowns at the time, maybe. That might be wrong. I don't know. You have to fact check that one. But anyway, just a lot of time just indoor. And it sort of happened. And I just sort of started watching the news, right? And then like you used to get interested. And then like my algorithm picked up that I was interested in it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And it was just scaring me. It was just too much. Yes. And I remember I went to a gig and I got really pissed that night. I'd have been 6 months. And I just realised, like, I'm going to keep away from that, man. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think it's very good. It's not for, because all this stuff that blows up and it's like really intense, it just sort of does, and it just all goes away, doesn't it? And then you go, oh, I was really scared about that. And it's sort of like,
well, I think news on an algorithm is too much.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And it's not, but if it's affecting me like that, and it's in, because obviously, like, I'm a very sensitive person. I pick up, like, if someone's sad near me,
you pick up on it.
I get sad. Do you know what I mean? It's like I get like, do you know what I mean? So I think if I'm watching shit like that, then I've got to look after my kids. I don't want to be moping. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So I just try and stay away from it. Do you know what I mean? I don't really, because I think that's part of my religion as well that I'm going to start. Just look after yourself, man. just in close proximity to yourself. Like you shouldn't be, like you think back in the day, in like during biblical times, you wouldn't know what was going around the world.
They wouldn't have
so
known.
the anxiety would have been lowered. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, you know when you hear about, this guy's a Jesus. Just listen to him. Do you know what I mean?
And just
yeah.
And do you think that in stand-up comedy there's kind of an element of being like a cult leader, or do you think there's a bit of that, like?
People put faith in like a
comedian?
Well,
you so like you're saying there, like in biblical times or whatever, people go to Jesus and he makes them feel good or whatever. But that's kind of what comedians do. You're going around the country making people feel good.
I think what I try to do with comedy is purely to make people laugh.
Yeah,
to be funny. That's like that's why I don't like. One, I'm not equipped to talk about any matters or anything that's challenging. Do you know what I mean? Because I like if I started doing a bit on Palestine, right?
Yeah, I
would not have
the knowledge
to, if someone's challenged me on it, I'd go, I'd crumble. Do you know what I mean? So like, I would not go nowhere near it. So like, and I don't want to. Do you think this, right? Do you think this with comedy? Like, because my brain goes, oh, that's funny. I'll tell people that because that's made me laugh, right? With like that edgiest, I'd say you have a joke that comes out that is maybe you find something edgy, or something, and you go, oh, that's just because it's funny. Do you know what I mean? Like, because the topic started here. But I think sometimes with like comedy, people go, right, I'm going to write a joke about 9/11. They go to that first. They go there first. Like, then go, why? No, work. Start with the funny. And then, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know where I'm coming from?
I'll tell you one that's kind of weird, right? When I first started comedy, I'm talking open mic level, right?
Yeah.
There was this girl, and she came up to me at the open mic, and she told me that she was doing a PhD. She was studying comedy, right?
Yeah.
And she was particularly studying why do people do comedy.
Yeah.
And she said to me, could she goes, you're doing this gig on Tuesday or whatever. Would you be up for showing up half an hour before the gig and letting me interview you for my PhD thing?
Okay,
right? And showed up and I didn't know what it was about, right? And she goes to me, why are you doing comedy? And I said, I like making people laugh.
Yeah.
And she started laughing. I was like, what's funny about that? And she goes, you're the first person who said that.
Oh, really?
I was like, what the fuck's everyone else saying?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You can change minds.
But she said like a lot of, now this is open mic, so I don't know how many, a lot of these people probably may not have progressed any further.
Yeah.
But like she was saying, like a lot of people were saying like they were doing it to kind of get over some kind of trauma.
Okay, I suppose that's better.
Or they wanted to,
I suppose that's what we're all doing.
Yeah. Well, everyone has some degree of trauma because of just life in general, or that they were trying to change the world in a certain way
Yeah.
or something like that, you know. But even just, I think even just doing what you're doing is kind of like a religious thing, because you're just going. I always kind of think of it. You're raising morale.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you even if you're not doing something, you're doing something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I
even-
I think that's it. If you get people to that point where they just haven't, they're having a good time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Because it's laughter, isn't it? Like that's why I won't ever try anything edgy, because I don't want ever anyone to feel horrible. Do you know what I mean? Do you ever do that thing when you're like brand new and you do like a bit of crowd work, or you try and then you fit your instinct is to be horrible to him for some reason. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, and then you do it, you go, I don't feel good now. I've just made that bloke look stupid. I don't ever want to do that. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes it's just maybe it's a defense thing that you do. I'd rather just everyone walk away and go, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Because I MC a good bit now, but at the start I didn't MC because at the start you're kind of nervous and you almost feel in combat with the audience. Rather like they're against you.
Yeah.
And I used to, whenever and then there is that thing where you just say something mean.
Yeah.
But I would think about it for days.
Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? Yeah. Why did I do that? He's bought a ticket. He's going to have a nice time. You've just called him whatever. Like, why have you done that? It's a horrible feeling, isn't it? I don't get that. It's like when people say this thing as well. They go, I never understand this. People go, they go, yeah, I like comedy. Yeah, I like it. I like dark. I like it dark. Well, why would you just? That's all you like.
Yeah.
Surely, is that? You just find things funny, don't you? Why has it got to be dark? Like if I'm not saying I don't like anything, but why just I like dark? What's that mean? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can kind of understand why some people like dark humor.
I know. I'm not saying like.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I understand why people like it. There's dark can be like that. I've laughed at. Do you know what I mean? Like, but just to go, it's like sometimes if they say I like it dark, they discredit anything that's not. Do you know that sort of thing?
Yeah, but I think people say that, but I don't think there's many people like that. It's kind of like music, because like, you know, the big acts that aren't dark, say like Peter Kay or Mickey Flanagan or Michael Mann, like everybody likes them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like people pretend they don't like them, but stick it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even the most petulant teenager.
That's the weird thing, isn't it? Because I noticed it with like comments on like that. It's like they, like anyone who slags off comedy, they're always dark. It's always because it's not dark. I don't think you get like people who really like Michael McIntyre going onto dark pages and trolling. Do you know what I mean? They just get on with it and have a laugh of it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a weird. I don't get it. It's really weird.
But I guess they're trying to project some kind of bravado, or they're trying to be cool, or they're trying to, and maybe they've had to create that persona to protect them in whatever situation or environment.
Yeah, that's where you see human behaviour is in comment sections, man. That's crazy, isn't it?
Well, you must get unbelievable kind of stuff, do you?
Oh man, like because I've just started putting up stand up clips.
Yeah. So you'd never put them up prior to?
Not really. I did like a couple from like, but I've just put up like a clip from like the Apollo, so it's like a and it's been lovely, like but then you still get that thing of, you can hear wherever it is many people in that Apollo laughing. You've done a good job. Do you know what I mean? And there's people going, well, this isn't funny. You think, well, fair, but like, why are you what? But then you can't get angry or upset because you think you've got to look at it and go, they're either upset with their own life.
Yeah.
To that, or there's a thing where they don't find it funny, which is fair enough, but then they feel sort of left out, or they. Do you know what I mean? I've got another theory though. I do think this, right, because obviously I do a lot of stuff online, and people are always going to put you down. They're always going to. But I think because stand up is probably to a lot of people the most scary thing you could ever do. It's up there, isn't it? It's got, if you had a league of, if you task people, like public speaking's a thing, isn't it? It's
number one, yeah.
But it's not just public speaking, but having to make people laugh. You know what I mean? But I think like the higher you are above the parapet, the more they've got to knock you down. Do you know what I mean? It's like because they go, oh, why is he? Do you know what I mean?
Would you find you get people give more negative comments to sketch stuff you do or stand up?
100% stand up. That's what I mean. That's
Ali Wood said the same. Ali Wood said that he gets far more grief.
I think that's why, because you're doing something they could never imagine doing. Here's right. So this is true story, right? I mean, during the pandemic, I think I've said this to someone before, but I'll tell you. It's kind of years ago.
Like you said it on a different podcast, is
it? But it's a true story, right? Just as a sort of like I remember during the pandemic, there was a you're sitting around doing nothing, right? And there's a guy I used to go to school with, and he was putting up videos on Facebook or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Funny videos, right? And my instinct was go, it's not even fucking funny. Why is he fucking doing? Do you know what I mean? Why is he doing it? I didn't comment. I'm not that much of a prick, but that was my instinct to go. And this is at the time when I was getting into Carl Jung and all that sort of stuff, right? So you have to look inwards, right? You have to look inwards. Right. And I asked myself, why am I acting like this? Why am I behaving like this? Because I was jealous.
Right.
I was jealous of him putting himself out there, doing what I want to do. I've always wanted to be a comedian. And that was sort of the catalyst for me to start doing all that. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so that's very interesting. So it was a resentment. So how did you get into the Carol? How did that happen then? Because that's a religious kind of thing.
It is, yeah. I think I've always been interested. I mean, I'm going into it too much, but I've always I've had anxiety stuff and low stuff, and I'm very what's the word?
Because you're quite late to similar to me. Like you were old enough when you started comedy.
It wasn't
18, 19.
No. I've always been very. Is it introspective? You just always questioning, self-reflective, and I question myself. Why am I doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then to fight that Carl Jung, it made sense of it. You know what I mean? And when you start looking at previous behaviours and why you were doing things, because the whole thing is, it's always look inwards, man. It's always don't. Oh, it's because of her, it's because of him, because it's not that. It has to start here. Do you know what I mean? And that is a God thing as well.
That is good. And how did you come across Carl Jung? Did you go looking for something like that, or did you just came across it somewhere?
I've looked up loads of different philosophers, and sometimes it just connects you, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? So, I remember I was in Australia, and I was on my own. I got lost. I just chatted to this guy at a casino, right? And he started talking about this sort of stuff, and the next day, one of them conversations, and you just start your journey there, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Researching, looking at YouTube videos, and it just sort of something just grabs you, doesn't it? And you just find it interesting. But that's the Carl Jung thing is because it's all about the shadow, that thing. You ever heard of the shadow?
No,
it's like, I might, this is paraphrasing and fucking. I'm not
a guru.
Yeah. But how I see it, right, is that we've all got that shadow, that dark side of us. It's in us. It's,
like the kind of ego or the animal side.
It's innate. It's so. Some people suppress it, and then it does not end up well for you. Do you know what I mean? If you suppress it, so mine is probably a little bit of I'm sort of like I need validation. I'm an attention seeker, and before not being aware of myself, I probably would have found that in other places like relationships or drugs or whatever. But then you can't shake it. It's who I am. Do you know what I mean? I need validation, right? So if I put it into comedy, it's using it as a positive, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's doing something that, I mean, you got to feed the beast. Because you're not going to get rid of it. You got to feed that. Do you know what I mean?
So that's very I'll tell you a book I love, the Chimp Paradox.
Ah, yes. Yeah. I've just ordered this.
Yeah. That's very much. And I remember the Chimp Paradox when I read it. It was like. It was like my whole life just made sense.
Yeah, go straight to the emotions first. Is that when you let the tap run? You let it out. You
he kind of says
exercise the monkey or whatever it is.
Yeah, he says you have a human side and an animal side, and basically your job is, like he says, that you can't suppress the animal side. You can't pretend it's not there, and you can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
But what you have to do is you have to use the human side to train it.
Yeah.
And to utilize it as best you can.
Yeah.
But the animal side is where all the passion comes from, and all the aggression and the assertiveness, but it gets easily offended, easily hurt, and easily feels sorry for itself.
But you got to exercise it, haven't you?
You got to talk to it, and you got to engage it, and you got to convince it. And
I completely agree. I say because I've been able to turn it into something positive. The only thing, this is a weird thing, because validation. Like if I didn't crave validation so much, I wouldn't be as successful as I've been so far in my career. Do you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't give a shit. So you need that. Do you know what I mean? So I got this thing where it got a little bit like I got because I'm a comedian and I'm do stuff online. It became my worth, where it's like I need this to have this many likes, otherwise. Do you know what I mean? So I've been doing things now where I've started to. So I'm obviously like a creative, where I have to make things, and that's how I feel better. So I've had to start. I quite like cooking, right? So now I need like something I can do where it's not for anyone else. Right. I can create this dinner, I can do this thing, and just enjoy it instead of going,
Look at
I've
this.
made this thing. Can you everyone like it? Yeah, can everyone like it, please? Please like it. Do you know what I mean? So
I can just see you now in the street, get people going by.
Yeah. But I bet that's the big thing. That's the bit I get used to, because when you have to get used to the idea that, oh fuck, this is just me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You got to just fucking
and accept yourself.
Yeah.
And to be honest, your comedy thing was almost a bit biblical, like, because it happened so rapidly.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like you're almost like Oasis. Do you know what I mean? You watched Oasis, and you ever watch a documentary about them?
Yeah.
You know, they play a couple of gigs, and the next thing they're
Yeah.
And like there's an element of, like, they kind of say there's an element of like biblical about it, like it's so fast. How did you deal with that?
I think there's that feeling of I've never. It's sort of like it was always meant to happen, sort of thing.
So it just
Do you know what I mean?
feels
Yeah. Like, so because I don't really take stock a lot often, and sometimes you have to find yourself in situations with, like, you know, doing things that, like when I did Live at the Apollo,
right? Yeah,
and you're standing behind that screen, and you're that side of it. You do have that moment of like that's a God, like a fucking, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, is this me? Is this my life? Do you know what I mean? It's a weird thing to think, like, I'm actually here, and it's like. And you like, yeah. I did a skydive once,
right?
And you're falling from the sky, and you're trying to go, fuck, I'm falling from the sky, and then as soon as you start, what am I having for dinner tonight? No, fuck, you're falling from the sky. Jerry, it's that, Jerry. You got to try and
focus.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Focus on what's happening. Do you know what I mean? It is. I try not to take stock too much. Otherwise, I was in Edinburgh. And I don't smoke weed, and someone gave me a joint, and I went and lay down in bed, and it got so overwhelming. Just like, this is my life. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, you know, there's people that, you know, world famous comedians, like, who, like, you grew up watching, and they're just like on your WhatsApp now. Do you know what I mean? And you're just like, fuck, this is mental.
And it was fast.
Yeah.
Like, it was fast, because like a lot of people doing Live at the Apollo. They'd have been gigging, you know, there'd be a lot of people do it first time, even big acts. They might have been gigging 10 years or something.
Yeah.
And with you, it was only a few years. A couple of years.
Yeah. I do think there's an element of, like, obviously, like, professionally, I've been doing comedy for that amount of time, but I've always been obsessed with it.
Oh, have you? Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's just the standing up on stage and learning that bit. It's just like that was just a missing piece. The whole, do you know what I mean?
Is it the bamboo or something? It's the plant that it grows for a long time underground, and then it grows very. Have you never heard that one?
No, I like that.
So
I like that.
It grows for a long time underground, and then once it comes above ground, it grows really fast. But it's been growing for a long time underground.
I like that.
There you go. You're a bamboo.
That's a good analogy. I'm a old bamboo. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
And so, kind of coming near the end now. So, if there is a God, right? We go back to, like, there being an actual being, who's God, right? And if you met him, and you got to have a chat with him, and bear in mind, let's just imagine that this is a God who created everything. So he's created the whole world, the whole lot, and you got to have a chat with him. What would you say to him?
Just what was all that about? What was the point in that? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know I'd like to say? I'd say to him, do you know, like when like people get thrown out of Big Brother, right? And they get to never look at their best bits. Yeah, like a montage. Okay. I'd ask him, can I see that?
You go, can I see my montage?
Yeah, can I see my montage of my best bits? Like, I'll do that.
And then what would you thank him?
Yeah, I think so. I just, get to know him. Just ask, what's it all about, mate? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I might go, thanks for giving me life.
Yeah.
But fuck me, that was stressful. Could have made it easier, mate.
And you ask him why he did it, or?
Yeah, some of that, yeah.
What do you think then, the studying philosophy, why do you think we're here then? Do you think there's any meaning to life?
No, I don't think there's meaning, but I think I do like the idea of, I think it's all sort of pointless, isn't it? But you get easier to cope with it. Do you know when you see like a wise old person? Do you know? Do you know what I like seeing? And it's just when you see people you knew they used to be a bit wild or something. You know, you see like an old man just chilled. They just realize, it's about nothing. It's just about just this. It's just about. I mean, I'm doing it as well. I know I'm chasing. I want to be a bigger comedian. I know. I know. Yeah. I know.
So you still have that.
Yeah, I know that, but I know it's bollocks.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I can't help it.
Yeah.
I know one day I'll turn around and go, I didn't need to be doing all that, really. Do you know what I mean? I know that's, but it ain't stopped me being as ambitious as I am. Do you know what I mean?
But do you think that's just because I think it's just that the animal ego part of you.
Yeah.
I think just as you get older, it just becomes tamer.
Yeah. I suppose it's just. I do like that. The calmness. I like when you see a calm
Old
man just going. Do you know what I mean? I like that. I remember I was in a car once and I'm like, sitting there, my girlfriend was next to me, and then we went to like a wine tour. There was a few other couples there. She was like, "Can we go ice skating?" I didn't want to go ice skating. I was like, "I don't like ice skating." She kept behind me, and this bloke from behind me, he goes, "Man, I'm 65 years old." He goes, "Just take her ice skating." That's the sort of thing I mean. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just him, an old man, see me trying to do. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's what I mean. That sort of
just
fucking go.
To do it and enjoy.
Bruce Lee,
it.
isn't it?
Huh?
Bruce Lee, be like water.
What's that one then?
Just flow.
Just go with the flow.
Just go.
Be in the present. Yeah, just live in the moment.
Just be like water, innit?
Just enjoy.
Yeah.
So, but that could be kind of it. I usually finish these by asking people to give like a bit of moral philosophy, or if they were to give.
I'll just nick Bruce Lee's one. Be like, what did you say that? No, Bruce Lee, but.
But because I think with these kind of things, these kind of questions about belief in God and everything, I do think it gets easier as you get older. I think when you're younger, these things are more.
I mean, if you're getting
overwhelming,
angry and stressed, and you're in your 60s, you're still going. I think, man, come on, man,
let it go.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah,
I think you got to get to that point where you just. I'm almost there now, to be honest, man.
I
went and did a bit of writing yesterday in the pub. I didn't have a beer and I think I had a gig, but it was just me and about 6 or 7 different old boys just sitting on their own in different tables. Do you know what I mean? Just that sort of vacant stare out the window. I think, yeah, that's where it's at, man.
And do you think is that what got you kind of looking for something like Carl Jung? There was a bit you were angry,
lost, I'd say.
Lost,
more
than angry. Just looking for a bit of purpose.
Lost and sort of like that. My biggest thing would be self-awareness is the key to everything.
Really,
self-awareness for even what we do as a living, like, just with other people. Self-awareness, knowing how you come across, is the most important thing, because you can't. Well, if you're blind to it, and you know, and as I say, without knowing that shadow part of yourself, why am I acting like this? Why do I keep getting into bad relationships? Why do I keep getting this drunk? Because you're blind, you don't know what you're doing. Once you even if you're aware of it, you can still sort of do it and know why you're doing it. Do you know what I mean? Right. Like, I mean, it's like, if you fucking go and buy a expensive something you don't need, if you're blind, why are you doing that? You know, I mean, you can still sort of do it. You just know that this is going to be temporary. It's going to fix it a little bit. You'll get that little bit. You know what I mean? But if you're unaware, you'll just go, fuck, did I buy another one? Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of thing. But you just got to be aware of it. And I think it's easier to. So I feel that would be my number one thing. Self-aware. Work on yourself first. Yeah.
Okay, great stuff.
Yeah.
So just so you should then finish, you got anything you want to, you got a tour and you want to plug? Or?
Yeah, I've got a tour. There's only a few dates left. I've just announced that I'm filming my very first comedy special.
Right.
The Soho Theatre in Walthamstow.
Oh, right. When are you doing that?
There's a 1st of May, that is.
1st of May. Oh, hopefully this episode will be out. I think it'll be out by then.
Yeah. So
1st of May.
Hopefully it'll be sold out by then. So.
That's 1,000 people. That's a big.
Yeah. So I haven't been here, but it's a beautiful venue. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
And you go. And where are you putting that out?
Probably YouTube. YouTube job. Yeah.
And any other exciting projects in the works there?
Few. Can't talk about them. Well, I'm starting my own religion for one. But it's all exciting, just gigging and writing and other stuff's coming in. It's fun.
Super. Oh, listen, Jack, pleasure to have you.
Thanks for having me, Jack. Lovely. Cheers,
thanks
mate.
a million for coming on the show.
Nice one. Cheers, mate.
Great chat.
Cheers.
Thank you.